Salutations family, welcome back to the Electric Leaf, where it is my goal to assist you in nourishing your mind, your body, and your chakras. So today I'm here to do a little grocery store haul. If you live in Fayetteville, North Carolina, then these are two stores that I would suggest going to if you are looking to eat more vegetables. So I have definitely put on some weight, probably about 20 pounds. I woke up this morning, I was 180, but I definitely want to do something that is going to help get this weight off. Not necessarily, I'm kind of enjoying the 180, darling. I'm kind of enjoying this extra weight for different reasons, but I just don't want it to get out of hand, because if any of you all watch my channel from the beginning when I first started posting 4 years ago, then you know that I've lost 100 pounds. And I took the video down because of some technical issues, but I did. I lost 100 pounds before, and I ain't going back. I'm not going back. I feel strongly about that. You know, I think that the 180s is when my red alarm starts to go off. And so I just want to help you guys as well, because it's that time of year of feeling cozy and everybody's eating. And so the first grocery store that I'm sorry, I'm in the country. There's a tractor in the background, but the first grocery store that I want to tell you about and some of the snacks that I got from there is Sprouts. And so I got quite a few snacks at Sprouts, and so here they are here. So before I get started, I just want to send a quick loving shout out to my cousin Lisa up in New York. I told you I was going to find a picture, so here it is. And I also told you I was going to shout you out because I love you, cousin. And we're sending so much love up to New York from NC. I'm sharing this video to shine a light on conscious consuming and to better equip you with the knowledge you need to calculate what you're consuming in order to make the best selections to support your goals. So as you all can see, I like a variety of whole foods as well as processed foods, okay? And these plant-based deli slices right here that I'm showing you, these do contain soy. So if soy is something that you're trying to avoid, then you will want to avoid these. This nopali, I got these from Compare as well as the oyster mushrooms. I've never seen this at Sprouts, but I always see it at Compare. The oyster mushrooms I can find at Sprouts sometimes, and almost always at Compare and Sun Supermarket. And the carrots there, I made a video with those carrots where I showed you that I made a salad. And yeah, a lot of these fruits, we just ate them plain. The lemon and the lime, they are the star alkalizers in my Grand Rising juices. Fruit juice plays such a major role in how I feel. On the days that I drink juice or eat fresh raw fruits in the early part of the day, my mood is better. And so as I look at this video footage, which is old now, I am reminded that I really need to invest in more fruits the next time I'm in the grocery store. So you see these processed foods here, the vegan cheeses, and even this teriyaki noodle kit. Even though it has mostly fresh vegetables in the kit, we still have to take into consideration its sauce. And so I'm going to go over the label a little bit more in depth with you guys in a moment. These grapes, y'all, these grapes from the grapery, they were so delicious that and so oddly shaped that I had to look them up and to see their growing process. These grapes here, they actually have seeds in them, and they taste like cotton candy. I think that these grapes were the favorite of my family, and I really enjoyed them. I also enjoyed the Moondrop. The Moondrop were the best. So when I looked up how they make these, they actually do a lot of the pollinating by hand. So, and that's how they were able to get these unique and very sweet flavored grapes. Also, I saw that that they don't make the best wine with these grapes, so I thought that was funny. I'm just showing you how juicy these grapes are, like super, super, super juicy. This is a Moondrop grape, and it is so sweet. These are my favorite. I like them more than the cotton candy, and they do look strange, so I can understand why a lot of people might not want to eat those grapes, but they were actually my absolute favorite. This is fennel. I get it to put in my juices as well. I just put it in the Vitamix with some ginger, a little bit of lime juice, and it kind of has a licorice taste. It doesn't taste at all the way that it looks, but fennel is really good for digestion. That's actually a green Roma tomato, which I thought was pretty cool, and I can find them often at Compare. Now back to this processed food. I want to show you all that just because something is labeled as vegan or plant-based, it doesn't mean that it's automatically the right choice to support your personal goals. I'm showing this teriyaki again because I want you to see how to read labels. I know that a lot of people do read labels, and sometimes we tend to hone in on different things, but the reason why I'm going over this in the process section as well is because of the sauce. And so you can see we've got a lot of salt and there are a lot of ingredients that have been processed and preserved, okay? And so we have to take that into consideration. And so when you look up here, you'll see that it has about 19% of sodium. You see 430 milligrams. That is high, okay? And then it says that it's 4 servings in this bag. All right, family, so let's do some math really quickly. We have 430 milligrams of sodium per serving. Our bag showed us that we had 4.5 servings per bag, but we all know how greens cook down. So we're going to take that 430 milligrams of sodium and multiply it by the 4.5 servings. And wow, almost 2,000 milligrams of sodium when the daily recommended amount is 2,300 milligrams. So if you consume this entire bag of veggies, which wouldn't be hard, then you'd only have about 400 milligrams to play with for the rest of the entire day. So that's about 1 teaspoon, okay? 1. We're talking the smallest vessel on your measuring spoon's teaspoon. So even though sea salt and Himalayan salt are going to be better alternatives to ordinary table salt, we still want to consider the overall amount that we are consuming each day. And this number, 2,300, seems to be the key across the board. Now that's whether or not you have a heart condition or not. If you do have a heart condition, you definitely want to watch your sodium and fluid intake. And if you don't have a heart condition, you definitely don't want to manifest one by consuming too much salt when most Americans do consume possibly double in many cases. So I encourage you to go to your cabinets, look at some of your items that you eat regularly, and compare the sodium amounts to how much you realistically consume and see where you stand with your daily sodium intake. Luckily, CMOS does not tap too deeply into that tight sodium budget, so there is no excuse for you to not take your CMOS. There are many factors that play into weight gain as well as disease exacerbation. That's why it's so important for us to understand that simply eating vegan or plant-based is not enough. We also need to be conscious of changing our behaviors and the frequency at which we consume these items. I'm pretty impressed with this country crop butter. It doesn't have soy listed in its ingredients, but I'm assuming that they make this butter on the same machines they make soy products on. But they have other kinds other than avocado, so that makes it pretty cool too. The ingredients are not as good as the Miyoko's brand, but the Miyoko's brand is also more expensive. So the more whole food it is, the less preservatives. Unfortunately, sometimes that does mean the more expensive. So you kind of got to make your choices how you're going to make them, Try to be smart and do what's best for you and your family. Now keep in mind that even though these foods are vegan, they are processed foods and preserved foods. So you have to consider that when you consider how often you eat them. Like this sandwich here was banging. That's the Beyond Beef sausage on the plate, but hey, the whole meal was processed, and you can't eat like that every day and expect your body to feel balanced and at peace. This Miyoko's, this is a processed food, but the ingredients are lovely. Okay, the ingredients are lovely. This is something that you would make at home in your Vitamix. The only reason why I love getting the Miyoko's cheeses is because the work is already done. It's already done. It's worth it to me because it saves me time, and I'm really happy about the ingredient choices from this company. This is another one that is a really good dip, but when you look at that serving, you see it says about 8 servings per container. Okay, these ingredients are not that bad, but you do have to consider the sodium again. Okay, now this pineapple ginger juice, this is so good. I love this juice when I don't feel like putting anything in a blender. It's so good, and you see it's only 2 ingredients, organic pineapple and ginger, and that's how we want it to be.
I hope that you all enjoyed those fruits and vegetables and products from Sprouts. As you can see, I have a variety. I try to get mostly whole foods and a few processed foods as well. So the next grocery store is going to be Sun Supermarket, and the Sun Supermarket is like my favorite store to grocery shop because they have the mushrooms. They have so many different options there that you can't find anywhere else. Mushrooms, have seaweed, dried seaweed, seaweed snacks. They even have what?
Those little soda pops that you like.
We are not talking about them soda pops right now, nah. But they have a lot of things, and so I'll show you now what we got from Sun Supermarket.
This is the produce section at the Sun Supermarket, and it is really impressive. Sometimes I try things out just because I can, just because I've never seen it before. Sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. Now this cabbage here, I will show you all a quick little easy, simple way to prepare that cabbage. If you prepare it for your family, I promise you, you will be able to do no wrong. Okay, you will be able to do no wrong. The odd fruit here is a bitter melon, and many people have recognized it as assisting them with lowering their blood pressure. They have so much tea, y'all. So much. So if there are any herbs that you're looking for online and you're having a difficult time finding them, there may be some that are here in the store, like right near you. Like they have soursop leaves and all that. This is where I come to get my coconut milk because it is just pure, like 100% coconut milk. And those are some faux meats that I tried. Like they have faux duck. It's good, but I can't eat too much of it because it starts to give me dog food vibes. It really does. But they have different types of canned fruits. You can find your jackfruit here. You can find it young like that where you make the vegan barbecue, or you can get it where it is ripe. You see that it's sweet in there. It's sweet. And they also have it frozen. They have it in the frozen food section as well. For my fellow foodies out there, you will love this store. You will love it. They have all types of ingredients. Here are some seaweed snacks. My daughter loves these. I love these, but they do contain sugar. So if I don't want to do the sugar or the other preservatives, I will just make them myself with this sushi nori, and it comes with like 100 in a pack. They have dried mushrooms, dried seaweed, dried kelp, dried leaves, all types of stuff. for you foodies who don't know where to find certain ingredients for certain dishes that you want to try at home. I'm telling you, you'll love this place. But there again, if you buy pre-packaged processed foods, you need to check out the label so that you're still making the correct choices or selections that are in alignment with your goals. Ingredients like these, the dried squash, dried eggplant, dried roots, dried mushrooms, these things don't have any added preservatives, sweeteners, or sugars. So these are going to be great additions to your diet on a daily basis. They're great because they store well and they have a longer shelf life. These delicious drinks may look like health drinks just because they're made out of coconut, but they still need to be treated as a dessert because they are loaded with sugar. Sometimes it's hard to find noodles like this, where you can make or try to make an authentic type of dish at home. But look at all these choices that they have here. They even have the rice paper. I've seen a lot of good recipes online where vegans use rice paper to mimic different meat textures and things. So I want to try that eventually. Those are my girls. And we're looking at the noodles here. My daughter loves noodles, but there again, I gave her a quick little lesson in the store of reading labels so that she can understand exactly what it is that she's consuming. But clearly these noodles are banging because I see people coming in just for these noodles and carrying them out by the cases. But anyway, this potato noodle here, the only ingredient that is in it is the potato starch. So of course you would need to consider the starch, but this is a clean ingredient for the most part. As promised, I'm showing you how I prepared the cabbage. And so all I did was wash it and slice it and season it. That is it. This is a huge cabbage, right? It is. It'll work with a regular cabbage, okay? You don't have to get this special cabbage. You can do this. Just slice the cabbage, put a little bit of oil on there, and then season it. This McCormick's pink Himalayan sea salt, I promise you, I love this seasoning, and I have not been able to find it anywhere, and I'm all out now, but I just seasoned it with that, put it in the oven at 425 for 30 minutes, and that was it, okay? And it was literally snack food, okay? I know that your family will love it because mine did. If you try it out, just let me know how you liked it, what you changed, and what you tried.
So I hope that you guys enjoyed those two grocery stores as well as the cabbage that I use for a snack. I hope that gives you some inspiration on things that you can snack on. And also another tip that I would say for weight maintenance is going to be to not eat after 7. I've noticed the biggest weight gain if I'm eating after 7, and it seems like that's when food tastes the best after 7, so that's the hardest time not to eat it. So it just gets a little hard, but when you want to focus on your goal, I think that one of the main things that helps me to keep from eating after 7, which I still eat after 7 sometimes, but one of the main things that'll help me is if I weigh myself every morning at the same time, then it's easy to kind of see like the weight gain versus the weight maintenance. So anyway, family, I hope that you enjoyed these 2 grocery store hauls, trips to the grocery store, whatever. And until next time, family, continue to vibrate love and vibrate well. Peace.